My map is still loading.
I'll roll.
Yeah, mine's still loading in.
Cool. What a perfect question for tonight's session, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is coming to a head.
What is the question?
How does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
Well,
You sure we're all doing it as of this moment?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm almost certain.
Well, yeah, I think that may have a lot to do with the animosity between the characters in this campaign. I'm definitely have had my regrets about letting you guys have secrets at all, but I think you guys are getting to a point where maybe you won't have to be so secretive with each other anymore. But this is definitely an interesting one. Shall we go down the line and go Estrella, June, Jerry, Sakura?
Sounds good.
So Estrella, how does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
Sometimes it's best they don't know, because then they can I do based on me or I'd oh well, that's dangerous. Could lead to death of someone or yeah.
Yeah, the secrets haven't worked out so well thus far. What about June?
Hey man, what the party doesn't know won't hurt him.
So the precise opposite to Estrella's point of view.
yeah. If it's things are on a need to know basis, really.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty apt. What about Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry's secrets are just problems he doesn't know how to solve yet, and revealing them will just mess everything up for him. So he keeps them to himself until he can find a solution to them, and then he will share them.
Oh, but this is the beauty of having an adventuring party, is you've got people that might be able to help with said problems.
Yeah, but the problems you're throwing at me, I don't think so.
Oh, probably. I mean, you never know. You never know what other secrets. If everybody's doing that, you might all have the solution to each other's problems and be keeping them from each other. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty fitting for Jerry, that he's trying to solve this shit on his own. And how about Sakura?
I feel like Sakura feels like it's impossible for anyone to know everything about a certain, everything about a person, including that person themselves. Like, you'll always be keeping secrets, sometimes even from yourself. So, if you're keeping secrets from yourself, then naturally you're keeping secrets from everyone else as well. I mean, you can't really tell anyone everything, because some stuff you don't even know yourself, especially feelings. Feelings are hard to decipher, and those are they're honestly some of the more secretive kind of matters that people keep a secret. So I mean, with certain people, she would try not to keep secrets, such as like Ji-san and Seto. But I think those are her two closest people, so those would probably be the people that she'd talk about emotions with, and probably hope that they could be like, okay, you know what? This is emotion. I know emotion, because she doesn't. But I feel like she's not incredibly close. Like, she's not really as close to anyone in the party as she was to Seto. So, keeping secrets is inevitable to her.
Yeah, you make some good points there, and I do definitely think that there's still some trust that needs to be built up in the party after some of the things that you guys have gone through. And especially now, after what's just happened with Mata, I'm not sure trust is exactly the highest priority. But as we rejoin you all after last time, after you got to head. Well, actually, Jerry, could you give us a little recap of last time? I'm interested to see from your perspective. Is that you thinking, or is that
Did I miss something? My mother walked in.
I I asked if you could give us a recap of last time.
Sure. After we got the earth rings, we decided to go and look for the parents of the small folk that were staying in the sanctuary. We went to the old mousefolk village and rested there, where I met some people that used to live there that are known. Some word was said, conversation, exchanges. After that, we decided that they will stay, them, the two mousefolk will stay with G to guard the small ones, the kids, and we will go to the beach and find their parents. And we got the beach. The demon princess was there, making some sort of deal with the orcs, and we just attacked the orcs.
Yeah, it did also seem like their deal had gone badly. They seemed to be on your side with attacking these orcs. And yeah, after that fight, that is where we rejoin you now, as Sakura's illusory dragon is still up on top of the castle. I think you're still invisible there, Sakura. That's you guys are still concentrating on your spells unless you want to drop them. But that is where we rejoin you now. What is everybody doing?
I'm rushing towards the demon princess. Just asking where are the mouse folk? Where are the small folk, I mean.
She just turns slowly to you as she sort of sheathes her sword. And she says, well, you've grown, Jerry. uh, no mouse folk around here, but they have been picking up some of the other small folk and putting them on ships. I think we should gather up these bodies and hide them away before their friends arrive. But don't worry. I think I may have a solution to your problem. Though we need to get rid of these bodies, because if those ships arrive, we could have a whole fleet of orcs on our heads any moment now.
So there aren't any small folk here right now.
Not that I know of. I arrived shortly before you did, but I haven't checked that cabin yet. Maybe we should pile them up in there and see if they've got any prisoners. It seems they may have taken all of the small folk that they've already picked up.
I just shrink back and start heading to the cabin, switching back the mask from the dragon one to the normal one.
So she will order the two Tabaxi shinobi to start dragging bodies towards that that hut. What's everyone else doing?
June is currently looking out towards the ocean, looking for any more ships or anything, see if they're coming yet or anything like that.
You can give me a perception check.
Sure thing. Why?
You see,
Why low rolls? Anyway.
yeah, 16 is not that bad. I mean, you see the body of the orc that the Sakura blasted into the river, just starting to sink below the waves as the rain is really picking up. And as you look out across the horizon, you don't see any ships. You see no sign of any vessels. Definitely no fleet, like you just overheard the Red Princess mentioning. You definitely don't see any ships anywhere nearby.
Alright, I'll begin helping move some bodies then, for now.
Is there nothing inside the cabin?
So sorry, Jerry. I just heard you were taking the mask off. Are you going into the cabin first?
Yeah, I said I'm going to the cabin and taking my mask off.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as you head to the cabin, give me an investigation check as you walk in.
Of course.
There. So as you sort of head in here, you're pretty sure you can see someone sitting in the corner of the room, and it is very dark in here. Oh, but have you got dark vision actually?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
do.
so you can see that there is a large pile of hay at the back of the room, and you can see what looks like a figure possibly hiding behind it.
They come out, I wouldn't hurt you. The orcs are gone.
There is no response.
I move closer to the hay bale.
As you move closer and you you slowly round this large pile of hay, and your dark vision sort of kicks in as you start to see what is there, and it is just a pile of hay bales that are stacked up behind it. Is no one else in here, but you do see that in this patch there are a couple of loose pieces of chain that are attached to the wall, and it looks like there had been people sitting here at some point, but there is definitely no one here now. You were just looking at a silhouette.
Okay. I join them, piling bodies inside the building.
Okay, who else is helping with the bodies?
June said he's helping.
Yeah, I am.
I'll help with the bodies. Well, actually, no, she'll try to help with the bodies. She'll probably be fairly unsuccessful, but sure, why not?
Okay, are you dropping your invisibility spell yet, Australia?
I'm dropping it.
Okay, cool. So then everyone that is moving the bodies, you can give me an athletics check and head over to the body that you want to drag. Sakura, are you keeping your illusory dragon up at this point?
No. Ooh, it looks so
Not bad.
cool. Wow.
And you see it sort of fade back into the Shadowfell through that pink purplish mist.
She bows to it as it goes.
Okay, so which body are you going over to? Those two shinobi are alive. Those are the tabaxi.
Okay, I feel like they've got that one covered. She's gonna try and.
Okay. Oh yeah, so an athletics check from you, Jerry. You are easily able uh, to lift probably two orcs at once. June, this is a rather heavy lad, but you managed to drag him back to the cabin, and
Awesome.
yeah, you guys start clearing up these bodies.
That fits.
Yeah, as June is dragging the bodies along, she's just gonna loudly say, I'm somewhat in awe at the size of these lads.
Well, I'm
Sakura's just
smaller and didn't really help.
tugging on this dude, and he's just not moving at all. Like she chose a big one. She was like, "Yeah, okay, I can do this."
Yeah, as you guys sort of arrive at the door to the cabin, which is just down at the bottom of it, you see Sakura pulling at this body, and it is just not moving. She's seems to be using all her might, but he's too large, and he's also sitting in a small crater after um, what killed him, so he may be a little bit embedded in the mud now as the rain is starting to pick up.
She'll use the rain to her advantage and like use shape water to try and like gradually, I mean, she'll try and sort of shape it to fill up the hole, hoping that it will sort of get into the soil, make it mud, make it easier to pull him out, and also have her make hand try and.
Okay, yeah, I'll say give me an Arcana check to try and do that. That's a very good idea. I like that. And that's really beautiful. Yeah, yeah. You create a small magical slip and slide where you realize you don't even have to use your hands or get yourself all muddy. You've got all the all the magical abilities you need, and you just create a little pathway and slide him. You see this orc just slide like he's on a water slide around a corner, splashing some mud onto the shinobi as he is just thrown straight into the cabin.
Sakura looks very pleased with herself.
Yeah, that was very good. Good idea. Yeah, there are still a couple of bodies outside, but the shinobi head over to start dragging the furthest ones away. Um, what is Australia doing over there?
Well, the what's it called the tabaxis are out of here. He has like being a into
Yes, well, these are actually two of Daichi's tabaxi. To be honest, I was bringing them over to the monastery. I thought they might be a nice gift for Jerry, but I like to make use of a shinobi while I can. And uh, she will gesture to you, Jerry, to come and join the conversation. As um, and as you approach, she points to them as they're busy dragging these bodies into the cabin, and she says, "Those two were the scouts that found your village before it was raided. They're the ones who reported were-rats to Daichi's men. I thought you might like to take care of them yourself. And, of course, the masks they're wearing." And she looks back to you, Estrella. "Have you assessed the other two that you're traveling with? I thought perhaps we could bring them in on the deal."
I or
Australia, do you have a mask on by any chance?
Ooh.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, they are. The Red Princess and Estrella are both, as you're sort of looking at this, you can't quite read their lips, but you do notice that the masks are very similar, that the two of them are wearing, almost identical. She sort of turns and looks out over Jerry at Sakura as you're saying this. Jerry, was there something you wanted to say there?
No, not really. I'm just listening for now. The
Then
conversation.
she will then just nod and say, all right, well, where is Z? She is still safe, I hope.
He is looking at little. The
Well,
few
I
came here to find their parents.
Well, I suspect that we won't be alone for much longer. These orcs were waiting for a ride to come and pick them up, though. And she looks out over her shoulder and she says, I don't exactly understand where that may be coming from. But perhaps you should give her a call and just get as much backup here as we can, though not to bring children. But let her know, because I would like to proceed with the ceremony as soon as possible. These orcs have been carrying a set of dragon statues that I believe may open the vault in Taton where my family has a shrine. I'm not sure where they're keeping them, but if you see any obvious looking creatures that maybe, I don't know, have some sort of authority, do look for those idols, because I believe they could lead to a great treasure. And Jerry, what would you like to do about those two? From what I understand, those are the ones you've been looking for.
Just tell them that they found something in the house and I need them to check it out. You need them to check it out.
Sorry, that came through really quietly. Say again.
Just tell them to go in the cabin. Say that they found something and you need them to check it out.
Indeed. And she'll just give a nod. What are Sakura and June doing while this conversation is happening over there?
Uh,
Well, as soon as I've finished moving these bodies around, since I see Jerry and Estrella talking to her over there, June's probably gonna keep a lookout for the so-called fleet and is gonna hop onto the roof over here and keep a small eye out. Use the chimney as a nice seat.
Okay, you can give me another perception check, but this time with advantage because you're sitting up there.
Sure
Did the
thing.
cabin have any other like windows or something, or just the main door?
There is a small window, but it that sort of looks out over the dock, but it is just the one main door.
Yeah, are they big enough to crawl out of it? Out of there?
Who
The two shinobi.
to crawl out of the window?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they are tabaxi. You've seen if they anything like Zeto was, they would definitely be able to get through there.
Son of a bitch.
But
Yeah.
they, um, they have both taken the other bodies and headed inside. They seem to be looting the bodies in there and just going through all of the pockets looking for something.
If that's the case, Sakura will sort of feel like it's not polite to take from the dead.
The Red Princess is looking for something. We're just trying to help. And these are times of war, after all. And they just start looking through the bodies, and they don't seem to be finding much. It doesn't look like these orcs had much on them.
Sakura is in the cabin.
Yeah.
I just pull her out and tell her, sickening radiance inside now.
Why?
They're the same ones we met for the sanctuary. They're the
Okay.
reason this whole thing began.
Wait, what sanctuary? I'm asking this as Kate. Sakura probably remembers, but my brain is still like.
Where we got the Earth Ring.
Yeah, it means the monastery.
The monastery, sorry.
Hopefully she has spell slots. Let's see. Sickening radiance. No, it's nice. Only 4th level. She'll trust Jerry. Wait, so you're saying that these are the same people that they encountered on the way to
the monastery, yeah. Same.
Yeah, you can give me an insight check to just based on what they look like. It's sort of give it once over. Yeah, you recognize these as Dragon Clan shinobi. The ones that you saw before were Ronin, but that they were ex Dragon Clan. So these are Daichi clan shinobi, but they are wearing red dragon masks. They it seems like they are on the side of the Red Princess, or based on what Jerry is saying, they were part of the same crew as those Ronin that you fought.
Okay. She'll also ask, should we try and get the princess in there as well, or are we on? Is she okay?
She's not a part of it.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Let's go. She closes the door, takes some rain, uses shape water to stick it in the lock, freezes it, and casts sickening radiance inside.
I just hold the door in case. If
I mean,
see
it
that
wouldn't go through the door, through the walls, of course.
Wait, what?
It
it
doesn't
does
like
spread around corners.
It doesn't go through the walls. It spreads around corners, but it can't go through walls. So if you cast it inside a room, it will get everywhere in that room that it can reach, but it won't go outside the room.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there was like an open window or something, you might have some. So, June, you will see this glowing green light come from the chimney that you are sitting underneath as you hear these horrible screams and yowls as the two shinobi in there need to make. Oh, they I think definitely failed. That did it automatically. May have asked you guys to do it as well.
Yeah, as this
Nice
happens,
to
she
me.
immediately goes, "Yo, what the fuck is going on? Why? What?" And she's completely confused right now. By the way, what did I see with the 27 perception?
You guys shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, don't
damage.
worry. I'm gonna undo the damage it did there. It just auto targeted everyone.
That's why I didn't roll, so it won't damage.
Yeah, I
me.
don't know why it rolled for me. That was weird. I didn't
You were
see.
in the range. Maybe you pressed on the button. It said roll.
No, it's because you placed the template, but I don't have walls set up, so it didn't see the walls there.
Oh.
Because I mean, I'm gonna set up walls for just that one tiny place, so it just targeted all of you. But that's fine. I've undone it now. You should still have the health.
Cool.
But they both take 17 points of damage as you just hear them start screaming, and they are definitely taking these effects. What is everyone else doing?
Oh, and they're also exhausted one level. Every 6 seconds, it's another level if they fail the con save.
Okay, so yeah, they are going to start trying to break out. Jerry, you can give me an athletics check to try and hold the door. Yeah, you easily hold them in there, and you just hear the banging on the door as the Red Princess is sort of looking over, kind of shocked. You can hear them scratching at the door, but they are going to take that next round of damage. You can roll that and suck it out. They are both just like coughing and spluttering. You can hear the scratching has sort of started to slow down as they are now just barely tapping on the door, and you can just hear heavy breathing on the other side. Um, anything else you want to do? They are both nearly dead.
I'm just waiting for them to die.
And with that, another 6 seconds passes, and the sounds stop completely as both of them are dead.
Sokka is kind of surprised that Big died so early.
June is fucking horrified. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you see, June has a shocked face right now. It's like, could you guys not have thought of a more humane way to kill them? Like, that's fucked up.
Oh,
Okay, first,
easily. But
Sokka
it's
is
the
like,
quickest way.
yeah. Usually she would agree that like that was probably kind of cruel. But I mean, she's exhausted. She doesn't want to put in effort and go into another fight. Just, close the door, sickening radiance, quick, easy, and over. So she just says it was the most efficient and convenient way, and she shrugs.
June is
Yes.
completely speechless right now. What the fuck?
I go back to the Red Princess.
Yeah, she's just sort of looking down at you, and she says, "Well, was that satisfying enough for you?"
Not really, but we don't really have time. We still have the rings to get.
As this conversation is happening, June, you sitting up there just sort of bewildered. As what did you roll for your perception check?
27.
Yeah, so you kind of just like shaking your head, trying to deal with this. You look out over the sea, and your eyes sort of naturally just drift up as you're trying to take in what just happened, and you see a shadow moving down from the clouds as you hear this conversation starting down there. And with the experience that you guys have, you recognize that there is an airship now starting to break through the clouds above, through the rain, and is coming towards you guys.
Yeah, I
Mm,
see this on my. Guys.
Immediately, Sakura just takes out the bokken, flicks
Hold
it,
on.
starts
You,
like flying.
you haven't seen this yet. What is June saying?
As I say, as I see this airship coming down, I say, guys, I think that might be the airship. Our airship, maybe. I'm not too sure. No, it's a different airship. It's a
Damn.
airship.
I was getting so excited that we might get Sakura's moving castle back. Oh fuck!
Yeah, you now all see as June points this out. Everyone's heads turn to see this huge, like strange rusted metal ship descending from the clouds, and you can sort of hear the din of orcish chatter from above. You can hear the sounds of creatures that seem to be letting out shrieks and roars, that they've clearly got something on board there. But you can see this ship now descending towards where the dock is, and you guys are currently in full view. What is everyone doing as this thing draws in closer and closer and closer?
I'm hiding behind the chimney.
So vacant that essentially
I think these are the ones I was here to meet. They may have one of those dragon idols, but they are more than likely hostile. I haven't seen these creatures so far north before. Everyone be on your guard. And she looks she looks over at Sakura and back at June, and she goes, "Well, I don't know. Let's try and be diplomatic if we can. Otherwise, no holds barred."
What did, what deal exactly did you make? As Jin is trying to hide behind the chimney very badly.
Well, the deal didn't exactly go according to plan, did it? We were trying to, but perhaps we can try again. Though
That
if you
wasn't
feel
the
like you could do
question.
better, and she just sort of gestures out as the thing is drawing closer and closer, like, you're welcome to try.
I mean, what was the deal though?
All I want is my idols. I don't care what happens to the rest of them, but I think these may be the slave ships that you were looking for.
Well then, good thing you have me, and she will shape change into that orc that she was chatting to earlier.
Sakura turns into baby fox. She has a bit of a plan for if she has to do it.
Now, see ya. What was the deal though?
And she actually give me a persuasion check just to on this one because the red demon might not trust you so much here.
Ah!
Why? It was on a 19 and then went to the 1.
She just shakes her head and she says, "Well, that doesn't matter anymore. I was just saying whatever I needed to get that idol back. But now that you've killed my men, perhaps you may have a better idea. They may have the parents of those children that you were looking for."
I'm really good at acting, but I need details in order to make this deal. Just saying.
She kind of shrugs. She goes, "I know nothing about these creatures. I don't even know where they come from. This is more airships that in the past week than I've ever seen in my life. So your guess is as good as mine." And she just shrugs and sort of looks over to Estrella. "Eh, You've you've been around. You got any experience with these things?"
usually a pretty just avoid them.
So as you guys are having this conversation, the ship draws in closer, and you see an orcish figure can walk over to the edge of the ship and shout down and goes, "Oi, are those the ones you? Is that all you could find? Where are the rest of the lads?" And you just hear one of the orcs shouting down, but the figure that has stepped over to the edge of the ship still remains silent.
Well, I've left the lads close by, but these ones wanted to talk about a deal.
You can give me a deception check to try and pass yourself off as an orc for this.
And I can make it an advantage because I have the actor feat. What's with these rolls? I'm so I'm so annoyed with these rolls.
Yeah, but that's not fair. I mean, you got a freaking plus 15, so yeah, at 20 you'll definitely be able to pass yourself off as an orc, especially at this distance.
Now you feel my pain, June, when I roll a 2 and a 3 for my attacks, and it doesn't hit because it's a 2 or a 3.
Uh,
So you see the dumb sounding one sort of look at the other one and go, "Well, this is better than nothing, boss." And he goes, "Indeed, but," and he sort of leans forward and he goes, "They're not in chains. Why have you not put them in chains?"
Because these are the ones that wants the deal.
"What deal?"
They want to make a deal.
"All right then, I'm listening. What kind of deal do you want to make with us?"
Uh, what was the deal you wanted to make again?
Wait, quickly. So Sakura heard this red dragon princess dude say that she wants her dragon idols back, right?
Yeah, she said she was looking for some carved dragon idols.
So Sakura telepathically says to all of them simultaneously because she is telepathic. Offer
To
me
the orcs or to your party?
my party, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Thank God.
Offer me for the idols. Don't worry, I have a plan. But offer me in exchange for them. Pay it off as like this is a very magical animal. I mean, it's a fox with multiple tails. I mean, that's just good luck on its own, right? Just I don't know, June, put on some kind of skit.
Oh, yeah, you receive in your head. It's like, I got you, I got you. Right. Yeah, here's the deal, yeah. And then Jin will walk over to the fox and pick it up by the scruff of the neck, and really, it's gonna hurt Sakura a bit.
Sakura like plays along and like does tiny like squeals of pain.
And I'll use a quick minor illusion to make it look like there's some rope around the legs to stop it from moving. I think they wanted to trade this thing.
Oh, well, it is a young one, but we could do with more. They all
Look,
look
it
like
has
fine.
multiple tails as well. It's amazing.
And like on cue, the tails like they all spread out like a peacock's tail. You know
Ah,
when
yes.
a peacock like unfurls their tail. That's what happens to these tails.
Yeah, you can, June, you can give me, actually, both of you can give me a perception check. I mean, a persuasion check, sorry.
Get persuasion.
Persuasion, sure thing.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you look completely adorable and helpless as this orc kind of just looks down and goes, "Yes, that one will do nicely. They all look like fine specimens. But what is the deal? I still, I mean, that's what you were sent here to find. Or have you forgotten already?"
It was for some idols, right? And he looks over to the red princess.
She just kind of gives it a subtle nod.
Yeah, for some idols or something. Yeah.
"For an idol?" And he kind of looks back and forth between the men on the ship. "Ah, I understand. You're looking for these." And he sort of walks over around a bunch of crates as he makes his way to a treasure chest, and he unlatches it and opens it. He pulls out a small, what looks like a black dragon carved out of bone that you can barely make it out from this distance. But he goes, "For one of these? But this is such a holy relic. Why would I give it to someone just for a little fox when we could take it for ourselves?" And you see this grim smile underneath the helm.
It's Sakura says to June, do a minor illusion of just this bright white light coming out of me, and say that I am holy, holier than these relics.
Now, that's not the thing. But you know, yeah, it's like Jin will look up towards him. And is like, we can actually just take the little foxy. Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do if we just take the little fox? And I'll look at the party.
Yeah, and bring the fawn and the mouse as well. They'll be tasty.
And they will drop a big rope ladder down off of the side of this thing as it is just hovering above the water, as one of them sort of gestures for you to come on board.
Yeah, and I'll quickly send out a message to everybody and say, act like you're you're captured, and pretend you're tied up or something like. Then we get close and we ambush them. Yeah. And then I begin walking towards the ship.
How are we
And
supposed to climb
Sakura's
up?
being carried by the scruff of her neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for everyone to give me a deception check, but you will have advantage on this because of June's performance there.
I'll shake
You are.
Sakura a bit as she poorly acts. He says, "Hey, stop it!" And I will actually properly hit her, but I'll say sorry in a mind message.
No, she's being really mean to Sakura lately.
No, this is the act. It's an orc.
Yeah, you'll take one 1 point of bludgeoning damage as just to as what did you roll there, June?
Oh, deception, hey?
Deception, yeah, with advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, with the 31, that is enough to sort of make up for. Maybe I think Sakura was probably overacting a little bit, like making it more dramatic than it needed to be. But you managed to convince them, and everyone else definitely. You, what are you actually doing to make it look like you've been captured?
Oh, what was that?
Oh, you don't want to know. Want to know?
And yeah, the two of you can make your way actually onto the ship as you approach the rope bridge if you want to climb.
Oh, how am I supposed to climb up if my hand's supposed to be tied?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So if you are pretending that your hands are tied, you're going to approach the rope bridge. What do you do?
Hey, can you bring some lads down here so you can help these other two up?
Yeah, but where are the rest of your lads? Come on, you two boys.
And you will see two of the orcs go and start descending the bridge.
Don't worry about them. They're just hiding out. Yeah, they'll come out in a minute.
Which
I just gotta give them the secret signal. You see, I got the smart brain orc, smart orc brain. Yeah.
which of the cages has the most small folk and whatnot in it?
Well, we'll get to that in a second as the two orcs descend to try and help Jerry and Estrella up there. You guys that get up top there first, you can both give me a perception check to see what you see on board there.
Sure thing.
And Jerry, what is Spike doing as well? He was just sort of sitting back there, but is he with you at this point, or have you dismissed him?
He's probably standing next to the red princess, like at the back.
Okay, so is he also making his way on board? Because
Do they want him?
Yeah, they would all definitely, if they had seen Spike, they would definitely be interested.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the orcs kind of look excited, and as yes, Sakura and June, you both definitely see this as you go aboard, up on board. You have a look at these cages, and you see in the one in front of you, well, the one to your left, you see a two-headed dog that is just, its eyes are glowing and it is all shadowy and it looks almost sick. On the right hand side, you see a few tentacles sort of lashing themselves out of the cage, but they are attached to what looks like some kind of a panther, as you see a Displacer Beast in that cage. And on the top left, you see what looks like a large black frog with kind of horns coming out of its skin. And in front of you, in the biggest cage on board, you see a rather large figure with huge white antlers. His It seems like his eyes are glowing, and this creature seems feral and just like some sort of shadow has taken over its soul. But you guys would both recognize it as, you see it is a sort of corrupted version of this that you were looking at, and it is very clearly related to one of those kids that you meant. Is the picture showing up there for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, he did.
do any of them look like friendly?
No, not at all. They all seem like feral. They all kind of seem to be angry at being in these cages, and their eyes are glowing with this dark, just demented energy. They, it seems like they are just husks of whatever the creatures were before. And the orcs that are standing around you, you see there are now two in particular, much larger orcs than the ones you fought down below. And these are a lot more menacing looking, these orcs. But yeah, it seems like they've caught some rather large creatures.
Yeah, no. Sakura is going to say telepathically to Jin, well, I clearly read the situation wrong. I don't have a plan anymore.
Oh, you don't say now, don't you? And you'll say
I was
that very condescendingly.
Look, I was expecting the small folk to be in the cages. You would have thrown me into the one with the largest amount in there. I would have bent their chains or whatever off. And would, like casually just become a human in the cage and cast a spell out of it. But I mean, you can't exactly throw me in a cage now for the element of surprise, now can you? Because if you do, I'll just get eaten in one bite.
As you're saying this, one of the orcs just points to the cage with the two-headed dog and goes, "Oh, should be able to fit it in there. They might get along." And just sort of points to that one, which the snarling two-headed dog, the two heads are kind of biting at each other. That you recognize as a death dog.
Recommend that they put me in my own thing so that I don't kill the other thing or something.
You know, this dog over here is looks real expensive. I don't want this thing to kill it, you know. And this thing will kill it. This thing was hard to get. Just say. It might look small and fluffy, but it packs a punch.
Well, if you say so, I'm sure we've got another cage around here. I don't know, put him in a barrel or something for now. We can find more cages below deck.
And then he'll sort of gesture to one of the other ones to start rummaging around around the crates to find another cage.
Okay, that'll work. Pick a fairly large-ish barrel so I can, transform without creating too much of a ruckus.
I put her in a fairly large barrel if I can find one.
Nice.
Yeah, there are barrels sort of scattered all around the ship. I just realized that because this thing's not all the way on the map, you might not be able to see. I'm not sure. Can you see past the edge of
Yeah.
the map?
Yeah.
So you can see the whole ship.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So you should be able to see those barrels and things there. But meanwhile, down at the bottom, there are two orcs that are currently offering to try and lift you up to the onto the ropes. What are you two doing down there?
Waiting for them to carry me up. Trying to look light.
All right, this one's gonna try and pick you up. How much does Jerry actually weigh? I mean, we know he's got strength behind it, but
240 pounds.
with all the stuff you carry.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Oh wow! All right, yeah. So
I probably left some of, not everything here is on me, so it will probably be around 200, something like that. 200 is a good number.
all right, yeah. He gets a 21 on his athletics check, and he goes, come on then, and he just lifts you up and puts you sort of onto his shoulder, and then goes and gets onto the rope bridge, and he slowly starts trying to shimmy his way up, like using his chin and one of his arms, but just trying to get enough space so that the other one can get up. Estrella, what are you doing?
Oh. Try something fun with that. Basically showing my side and saying, well, he tried to tie me up, but due to some magic, tie me up, well, either I vanish or the shackle or whatever ties me up vanishes. Oh, well, if you didn't try.
Oh, he sort of scratches his head. You can give me a deception check as well.
Oh, that is a strange curse. Well, don't worry, we got some manacles up there that they take the magic away. I'm sure those will work. But come on then, up the ladder you get.
And he's just then gonna sort of go over, look at Spike, and go,
That means I get to pick up you, boy. Come here.
and he's gonna start walking up to him with his arms out wide to try and grab Spike. What is Spike? And
Is the orc up here still like standing on the edge?
yeah, he's sort of holding onto the rope bridge. He's like getting ready to pull it up with you guys on it.
Yeah, Spike will just fly up and land on the ship waiting for me.
Oh, what a curious day. Animals just jumping onto the ship themselves. Never had this before.
And he just sort of slowly makes his way back, looking confused, and grabs onto the rope bridge as the other one starts to pull it up and pulls all of you up with it. He seems to have, yeah, he just starts like slowly pulling it up. You see, he is straining a lot, but eventually you guys all make your way onto the ship up there, and
Is it
you
still
also
on the
see
edge?
all of these creatures in the cages as well.
Do I recognize the dog?
Uh, no,
I thought it might look like the shadowy one.
yeah, I don't think you would recognize it. No,
No, the one that the other mouse had.
no,
It
it's
looked the
definitely
same.
not that one. This one has
Okay,
got
this
two
is
heads. The other one was only had one.
only one. Is the orc still on the edge?
Yeah, he's busy still pulling up the rope ladder at this
Can I tell Spike to push him?
point. All right. So in that case, uh, you can roll a shove. So it's a contested athletics check.
Seeing this happening at the moment, can I use Mage Hand to try open up this cage over here?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can give me a sleight of hand check, and then let me just get a contested strength check there.
Okay, let's see if it got all the stats correct.
Oh yeah, let me go call the lads. I'll give them the secret signal. And she makes her way over there and begins waving her the orc Jin begins waving her hands like a really like an idiot really.
I realize that everyone in that house is now mulch.
Yeah, except for the 2 masks that they were wearing. That is all that's left over.
Yeah, and you murdered 3 people in cold blood, assholes.
But with that, so you managed to unlatch that cage as I'm not sure what happened to the rolls there, but Spike pounces onto this orc and pushes him overboard, and as he screams, everyone roll for initiative.
Master tactician here.
Oh, damn it, I was hoping we'd have a bit more time.
Another nat 1! Come on!
It's punishment.
Cast creation inside the thingy.
It's fine, I got it too.
Why didn't I get? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm correct with you having to target your token.
List, as always. Yeah, I'll be right back. It still takes some time before my turn.
Wait, what did Jerry roll for his initiative? 2, wow. I rolled a nat 1 and still got more.
Welcome to the Paladin life. Or Plate life.
Yeesh. Okay.
Oh no, the prisoners are getting free. Oh no, it's a catastrophe. I don't know what I. Oh no.
Sorry, why did you roll at advantage?
Hmm. You rolled at advantage.
Estrella.
I didn't. What I did was basically just roll to get on the initiative. Apparently, you need to target your token before, and for some reason I hadn't.
Oh,
So is everyone's initiative right there, or do I need to make a change?
Mine is the original one was 13.
Okay. So that guy is falling, and yeah, so we will jump into things in a second.
Oh my god, there's orc just beside me. It's so close, man. Like it was like, oh, gotta take him alive. If he had been named Stanley.
Okay, so the battle will begin when the music changes, because I'm just lighting a coal. Hold on.
How did I know it was a death slard? I knew it was a slard. I was like, it's one of those assholes. This is gonna be great.
someone one of those, I think.
Hmm.
A slot.
What about the slard?
I think I can summon one.
Cool.
Jeez, when did Sakura start getting into such dark magic? Just summoning things from the Shadowfell? Like,
Yeah, Sakura's never allowed to say, "Oh, that's impolite," after freaking murdering 2 people with radiation poisoning. accelerated radiation
But
poisoning.
she was doing what Jerry said.
And she didn't say no to killing 2 people in the cold blood with radiation.
Well, firstly, she's still exhausted. She still has.
And being tired excuses killing people with radiation?
I do like the idea that Sakura's got so much power that when she gets grumpy, people die. Like it's dangerous, man.
June, it's still not too late. Can still work like it has worked many times before.
But this is going to take us into combat as the dog jumps off, and you'll see this all go. Oh, come on, man! This is what happens when we don't tie them up. And he's just going to rush across here. Is going to start walking across, and then he is going to stab at Spike with his spear and just try and skewer him.
Do I have time? It will use Sentinel, but do I have time to even draw my sword and attack?
Yeah, we are in combat now, but as you see him now approaching Spike, he is within 10 feet of Spike, but he's within 5 feet of you. So I think you will get that sentinel attack.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Sword? Sentinel. Remember that because I made the same mistake in the bonus.
Huh? The sword? What do you mean?
Casting up.
Okay, he's going to miss Spike with his first attack, but yeah, Jerry, I think you'll get that opportunity attack unless I'm misunderstanding something.
Yeah, I should get it, but the question is, do I get time to draw my sword for it?
Sorry, I can barely hear. Are you saying throw your sword?
No, do I have time to draw my sword and attack with it?
Yeah. It's a katana. Attacking with it can be part of drawing it. It's not. You don't have to do anything extra. You're not actually tied up, remember?
Yeah. Why doesn't roll? I guess I'll do it differently.
I love how it's playing Star Wars music.
Yeah, man, you're on an airship. You don't know where these orcs come from. Why not? um, oh, nice. All right. So yeah, you definitely slash into this orc, doing some damage. 20 points of damage there.
And he's barely injured. This is not going to be fun.
Is it just me, or is Jerry very quiet today?
Jerry is very quiet, and I always have him on max volume as well.
Okay, so he's. If there's something else you're trying to do there, Jerry, you can roll for it. But he is then, after you hit him, he's going to realize that you aren't restrained, and he's going to turn his great axe towards you.
Okay. I did hit him.
Yeah, you did hit him, and he hits you back. Okay, you take 8 points of slashing damage there as he brings his great axe down upon you. But I think that's going to be his turn, taking us on to. Oh no, actually, he's going to use a bonus action to be like, I think it's a trick. Everyone at the ready. And he's just going to use his feature to give out a battle cry.
Oh,
So that is going to give all the other orcs on board advantage on their attack rolls. But Sakura, it is your turn. What do you do?
she is in barrel, back to human. She like sort of like peeks out the top, very like subtly, just points a finger as the spell description says, mutters a few things, and fireball.
Can there be some really like stinky fish or something along those lines inside that
No.
barrel?
No.
Yeah, there's nothing too smelly in this one, but you are standing on something soggy, though you're not sure what it is. You do pop your head out, and there is an orc that has just picked up a cage that it would be a perfect size. He goes, "Oh, no, I think I found one." Huh? And he just sees your eyes as you point your finger out, and yeah, place the template for that fireball.
No, that's a pretty good placement there.
Okay, getting all your friends.
Oh no,
Nice.
no, it's a circle. So the friends were just out of it. I don't know why it showed as a square, but I
Oh,
think.
I'm in that circle as well, you know.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me
he's
over
one
there.
of the orcs, but
Oh fuck.
that
Okay, I don't know.
I'm not. I'll say that you. Yeah, I'll say with a circle, you'd just be able to maybe. Yeah, Jerry's tiny, so you can miss Jerry and Estrella with the sphere, but you are definitely going to hit June.
Yeah, I forgot June was an orc.
So if it's prompting you to roll, just do the roll once you press damage. It might prompt everyone, but I'll just I'll undo any damage that it does. Although it shouldn't make a difference to if you guys are wearing a mask.
allowed rolled for everyone.
Yes, this is why these automated systems are so nice.
Oh wait,
Fail,
you're hitting June with the fireball.
fail. Oh, Jerry,
Yeah.
you guys don't need to make deck saves.
Yeah, it just
Yeah, but
it would have rolled anyway.
it's for
Man,
the
thanks.
system. So
Thanks, Sakura.
I
Such
mean,
a good friend.
it's payback for the
For the what? Hitting me with the freaking fireball?
water.
Oh my god,
Don't throw water on Sakura in the future. She doesn't
No.
like him.
And now just imagine June basically being like turned like water ball.
yeah, so Sakura, you kill two of the orcs. The two that were helping Jerry and Estrella up are both completely immolated.
Nice. And I wonder if that's a bonus action turning into a fox. I don't know. This is like a complete homebrew race. Do you think she could turn into a fox as like a bonus action, just so that she seems inconspicuous to this orc that's probably gonna come and be like, "Wait, what you doing?"
No, but I will say that because you're already inside the barrel, you would just have to basically lower your head and the barrel would close again. So you can roll me a stealth check and I'll allow it as a bonus action to hide because you're already in this barrel.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, the orc definitely saw you in the barrel. No one missed you casting a fireball. That one definitely didn't miss you, but the other ones were definitely taken by surprise as the Displacer Beast is now thrashing around and most of its cage is burning and falling apart. It seems like you have broken that cage as well as the one that the elk was in. And the rest of them have taken some pretty serious fire damage. But
I think that's gonna be
Um,
your turn, yeah?
Rin has also been hit by the damn fireball.
I think she'll telepathically contact the Displacer Beast and the elk. Damn it, she doesn't have abyssal. She'll try Sylvan telepathy, I guess, and say, "Now's your chance to get back at the ones who wronged you. Gambatte." And
Okay.
hope they attack the orcs instead of our party members.
Yeah, you get the impression that these are all wild animals at this point. So you, as you send that message through, it is you get the same impression as if you were doing that to like any wild animal. So you're not entirely sure it understands what you're saying, but you know that it can hear what you're saying. Whether or not it's actually going to tell the difference between allies and enemies is anyone's guess.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, if it is sentient, it may react differently, but that is going to take us on to the Red Princess uh, down there, who is going to, uh, as this orc splashes down into the water, is going to run and jump onto um, one of these boats, and she's going to draw her fan and slash out as this wind blast kind of slashes out at him. All right. Yeah, she injures him pretty badly, but then he splashes into the water, and she's just going to stand there at the bottom, look up at the big fiery explosion that just happened up top. The elk. Wait, sorry, this thing is regeneration. I just need to double check how this works. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you see that some of the flames that just touched this this elk and sort of destroyed part of the cage. You see that just getting covered in shadow and healing back as it starts to open up the cage, and it just slowly emerges. You see it up from behind this big orc that's looking down at you, Jerry. And you see its claws come in from behind and just grab at this thing's head.
Just grabbing at the orc's head. Nice.
It misses with the first grab as the thing goes, huh? And he instinctively just pushes the claw off his shoulder, but the jaws are not so easy to miss. All right, yeah, this thing takes 20 points of damage as you see the elk come down, and you see sharp teeth in its mouth, unnatural for this kind of a creature, but it bites down into his neck and he lets out a scream. Uh, that takes us on to the the death dog is still trapped in its cage and is going to start just rattling around in there trying to get out. But Estrella, that takes us to you.
Yep. First off, I know which orc you.
Um, yeah, you can give me an insight check to try and recognize the one that you saw her transform into. Yeah, you recognize the one on your right that is looking extra pissed off at the barrel that where the fireball just came from. You recognize that one as June.
Ooh, you're gonna love this. For the orcs, I've not seen any aggression from the other cage creatures other than the elk, but I don't include that. Just gonna say to the why don't you just heal and test destructive? Yeah, just which requires a con 18 and ignore the project. It's a choice between.
Okay, I don't think you can choose specific targets in there with the destructive wave. Each creature you choose, you're right. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so con save.
Why are their con saves so good?
Oh,
Yeah, okay, so the captain saves. I think what is the save DC? I think only one of them failed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
18,
18.
and the effect is that they still take half the damage, but is not prone. The one that failed is not prone.
Okay, nice. So the one that has just been bitten is the one that's not prone, which makes sense. He's the one closest. Okay, so but how much damage was it?
The top is the if they fail, and the bottom is if they save.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so that one is killed. The one in front of you is he takes the bite, and you just blast him backwards into the creature's jaws as it just starts tearing him to shreds.
And then I'm gonna could be June, which means I will look at him and what is done is done. What you do right now, that and you have got against.
and June in orc form goes, "What? What? What are you talking about?"
Come on.
Don't talk about my mother like that.
You also killed the one that was just looking at Sakura at that barrel. It was looking at it and then just gets blasted sideways into the crates, and that just throws that cage overboard. But at this point, it's going to be the captain's turn as he just looks around and sort of shakes his head, trying to get it clear. And he goes, "What? What is going on here? Damn it, you fools!" And and then he's going to look at you, June, and say, "You, you little shit, you've betrayed us." And he's going
What?
to
No,
try
I
and,
didn't. I didn't betray you. Oh! He's gonna cover himself.
he's going to try and Spartan kick at you. So this is just actually going to be a shove action.
Okie dokie.
So hold on. So yeah, contested strength check.
I can use acrobatics instead, right?
Can you with shove? I don't think so.
Pretty sure you can.
I think you think
Okay,
of grapple.
Just can someone double check that for me? Just it's easier to look on D&D Beyond.
Let's check.
I think it's just straight strength, but if it's
Either
acrobatics, cool.
athletics or acrobatics.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna just give me a sec. Okay, there you go. You should see the prompt in the chat.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why it's not showing up their rolls, but he. What did you actually roll there? Oh, you got a 20. He rolled a 12. So plus. Ah, okay. I know he's got a plus 10, so he got a 22 actually.
Damn.
This is the captain. So yeah, you are pushed 5 feet backwards, and you are thrown sort of overboard. You can actually give me a dex saving throw to try and catch yourself on the way down as you are flung over, unless you've got something else you want to try.
No, deck savers. I'm happy with that. 17.
Yeah, you kind of hit the side and scramble over the edge. You just at the last second manage to grab onto something, but it is not pleasant. You are now just hanging off the side, and you take another 2 points of bludgeoning damage from catching yourself and slamming against the side of the ship.
Okie dokie.
Then yeah, that is his first attack, and then he's going to step over the barrels or the crates that are there. And then over to you, Australia. He's going to take an attack against you. Ooh, that's going to hit. Okay, you take 26 points of damage as he slices into your. What kind of armor do you wear again?
Nothing, since wearing armor would mean I don't get the.
Okay, well, what happens here is that um, as he slices into you, he is going to carve a scar that'll probably last as he uses his bonus action to bone rip, and your AC is permanently reduced by 1. Um, so you get a -1 to your AC, and unless you can repair the armor. So that means if you're not actually wearing armor, that means that you're going to need medical attention as you are now bleeding essentially. Yeah, what is it called? I'm trying to find the. Remember the wounds table? You're going to have to roll on that, I think,
Oh no.
as he has got quite a nasty blade here. But I can't find it.
It's at the 0 HP.
Yeah, the one, uh, the one that's on World Anvil. Could you? Because I know you can probably find that quicker than anyone. So could you actually go and roll on that for me, please? And then we will carry on so long. But he slashes into you and does some pretty serious damage, as there is a demon within the blade that he's expending a charge to actually do this extra damage. Ow.
Which which is it?
Yeah, I can't remember now. It was the critical hit table, or
Oh, it's critical hit by severity.
yes.
Oh, that's even when I bookmark or not bookmark.
Yeah, I thought I'd imported it here into Foundry, but I can't find it.
So
Oh no.
that is according to this. Oh, pure for in this Oh, luckily for NPC 18. This is
Oh wait, does that drop you to dying? Is that one of those?
yeah, that's what critical hit by severity and dying. Yes.
Is that? Can you copy paste what it says there?
Supposed to just find the major injuries.
That is pretty much because the other one that is 16 plus for players character.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. So as he walks up and he sort of grabs you by one of the horns and slashes down into your stomach as he just calls upon this demon. You feel this blade rip right through you. You can feel it cut right down to your spine as you just drop to the ground, uh, blood spilling out all over the floor. You you hear this horrible sound from behind you, Jerry, as that is going to be the captain's turn. And yeah, Australia, you are currently uh, bleeding and dying out. So, oh, I'm sorry, that's a rough one. Hold on, that little dead symbol shouldn't be there yet.
And we don't have anyone to heal because where's Z? Wait, didn't we leave Z on the airship as well?
No, we left she at the I think the mouse
Oh,
village
yeah.
to watch after the small kids.
The red demon did ask you to send her a message while all the other stuff was happening and they were killing those tabaxi. Did you send a message to her?
Ooh.
Okay, cool. Then it is going to be one of the large orcs' turn, and he's going to start making his way in. Yeah, as he comes in, he sees his friend getting killed and is going to try and smash back the slard or the elk slard. Oh, that's not working properly. That should have actually hit. Okay, that one takes 19 points of slashing damage. And then the second one's going against Spike.
Oh no.
Okay, 16 is going to miss as, yeah, he takes those two swings, and that takes us onto the Displacer Beast, who is also going to now escape from its cage that has been destroyed. And it is going to come and run up here onto these crates as it just looks around, its tentacles sort of lashing all over the place. And it is going to. Does it work again? Yeah, you just see that the Displacer Beast runs up there and just starts like screeching out. Its the tentacles flaring all over the place. But that is all it's actually going to do on its turn. I know it will take. It'll go up here, and its tentacles will lash out at the captain once. which hits, and he takes some damage there. But June, you are currently dangling off the side of the ship. What would you like to do?
Hmm. Well, I had a plan, and then Australia got one-shotted. um.
That was as surprising to me as it was to all of you. I can assure you.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Jin will do this. She'll peek over and say, "You know, Australia, you should really get back up." And cast Healing Word. Just to get her up. Because 2 death saves, damn. And I think that's a D4 plus 5, right?
Only 1d4.
I think it's 1d4. Let me check.
You mean the healing word?
Yeah,
D4 plus your spellcast modifier, which 20, it's 5.
yeah, it would be. So that would be 7. You heal 7, then you're back up. And then Jin will
What's
peek
in
back.
the box?
Jin will then go back go back down and scurry along the side of the ship over here and plop down onto this like engine part. What can I do as an action though? Oh wait, I have Eldritch Blast. Yeah, as I'm scurrying across and I'm out of range of this orc, I will let out 3 Eldritch Blasts and say, "You're a real bad judge of character," and Eldritch Blast it.
All right, nice. So you blasting the captain.
Yes, with 3 blasts of Eldritch Blast.
Cool. You should be able to target and stuff.
What is with your rolls,
Mm.
bro?
First one misses. Okay, the second 2 hit.
Okay, good. So that's gonna be 15 plus 8, so 23 points of damage.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he takes these 2 Eldritch Blasts to the back and then looks down over the edge, very confused as to why one of his orcs is Eldritch Blasting. And he's like, "Huh?" And only now does he actually realize that you might not be one of the orcs.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
All right. So that is going to take us on to the Death Slud, who is currently still stuck in its cage, but is going to start rattling around and starting to just tear
Remember,
angrily at the cage.
I opened up the cage.
Oh yeah, you opened that one up. It's going to just run out there and leap onto the back of one of these orcs and just like jump onto the back of his neck and start biting at his neck. Yeah, he sinks his teeth in there and is just hanging on and like gnawing on the back of this orc. Oh, one of these guys actually. Oh, the guy that got flung into the water now sort of surfaces and is going to try and swim to the shore as he uses his movement to just move to the shore and, and like look around and goes, boys, where are you? There's some crazy shit going on up there. And he starts shouting out for the others that he still believes are coming. Jerry, it is finally going to take us to you. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'll rage first. Get out of the way. Yeah, I'm raging. I'm not sure if you picked it up.
Yeah, I heard that. You fly into a rage.
Yeah, then I'll use, because I can use the shove action instead of one of my attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just not just shove, but I like just jump on the captain and try to push both of us off the ship.
Okay, yeah, I'll say if you're trying to take you both over the side, then I'll give you advantage on that.
I already
But
have
that
advantage on that.
oh,
I'm
okay,
raging.
yeah. So yeah, you
So
can.
athletics, or just to hit.
No, contested athletics. Yeah. So, well, I'm not going to use that system. Doesn't seem to be showing the rolls properly. So just roll an athletics check.
We fall off.
Oh, nat 20. Beautiful. Yes, you absolutely just take him with you, and you both go soaring off the edge of the ship and start plummeting down towards the water below.
Do I crash on him? Like still, he's like at the bottom one on top of him.
Yeah, you're basically right on top of him. But I'll just put you. I'm just going to put you next to him there for
Yeah.
now, so that
Okay.
we can target and stuff. But you're currently above him, like you've tackled him off the edge. What do you do?
I just yell at him, "Where are the small folk?" and start hitting him with the sword.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Make your second attack.
It wouldn't roll from D&D Beyond. Pisses me off.
Yeah, it might be the beyond 20 thing. You might have to reload. It's been doing weird things lately.
It didn't roll with the. It didn't even roll in the forge now. Does it show anything to you?
I'm not seeing anything.
It wouldn't roll anyway. Like it doesn't roll at all. No matter what I use. I'll just roll manually. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll try to refresh after my turn.
Okay. Yeah. Uh. Okay. Well, you're taking one more attack, and then
Yeah, that
so
will be my
we
turn.
can roll for that when you get back. Everything's lagging for me as well. I don't know why. But yeah, whenever you can, then unless there was anything else you wanted to do on your turn, or if it's just that one more attack.
Move Spike out of the way. Like I'll go tell him to move back, and if something comes at us astray, I'll jump at him.
Okay. Do you want him to teleport to avoid the opportunity attack, or is he just moving
Yeah,
back?
I'll just teleport back a bit.
Okay, cool. So Spike moves back and will ready an action to attack anything that comes for a straight. Nice.
I have advantage since I'm above him or not. We're both prone. Like, how does it work now?
As a oh, sorry, everything's really laggy. I don't even know if you can hear me, but no. Okay, there we go. Um, yeah, you're both falling, so it'll just be a regular roll. Is because the the advantage from him being prone is definitely going to be cancelled out by the fact that you're both falling through the air.
Yeah, and Spike. Oh, it didn't roll it. It just. Oh, okay. See what I did. 18 to hit.
That'll be a miss.
Yeah,
As you
so
guys are just tumbling down together.
I just smack at him and yell, "Where are where are the small folk?"
All right. Yeah, he'll just as he's about to answer, that'll take us to the end of your turn, where you will both, um, because you've ended your turn mid-air, you will plummet into the water and go splashing into it.
Any bludgeoning damage from the fall?
No, because you weren't that high up and you did land in water, and you basically landed on top of him. He will, however, take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I'm refreshing the forge real quick.
Okay, and that is going to take us to the top of the round with Sakura.
Cool. She's gonna once again just like peek out, and scorching ray that orc.
Okay, there is a large elk in between you and that orc, so you'll have disadvantage against that one from where you are.
I suppose she doesn't want to get out. She doesn't want to hurt the elk either. Damn it.
You could still hit it. I'm just saying you've got disadvantage. It's kind of in a mess of all of those things there right now.
Yeah. I shall try. Let's go. It's just gonna roll it normally first. I mean, I don't think some. Let's just roll. Just come on for choosing one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just say he's got a half cover essentially, so he gets +2 to his AC, and then you can just roll it normally.
So that'll be 17 plus 14, so 31. And 17. And a 20.
Wait, what?
A 20 is
Oh, the 17 is the other. Yeah, the 17 will miss, but the other two will hit.
First one's 12. Second one is only 5. Bonuses to that. Yep. 17 points of damage to him.
Okay.
And I
Nice.
guess as a bonus action, she's just gonna have the mage hand open that cage.
Okay. Cool. You can. Yeah, we'll say you can telekinetically open that one. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Down below, Red Princess is going to pounce for the other orc here, and try and finish him off. Okay, which, yeah, she pretty much does. Yeah, she's going to definitely run over there and just kill that one, finishing it off with 2 swift strikes from her katana, and that takes us up to the top with the large elk. And that elk, you see its body sort of reforming slightly as it turns its attention, and it is going to slash once at the thing next to him. And misses. This is gonna look around. Yeah, it'll just take its bite attack against that as well. All right. Yeah, it bites into it, and the death dog is also now going to be able to get free from its cage, and is also going to go for this thing as all 3 of those monsters pile up on this orc. Okay, so yeah, he gets bit in the ankle, and you see some sort of corruption sort of coming from this thing's fangs. But Australia, you wake up with this wound sort of mostly closed, but it looks like it is going to leave a serious scar. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
Question. How far is there to the ground?
It's probably about 60 feet.
Oh, that's so great plan. Just gonna jump off. Featherfall. Action. Fall speed is pretty much 60 feet. Around which we're able to get to the orc.
Yeah, you'd be able to further fall down there and head over there. The orc is still underwater with Jerry on him, so you can just sort of see this. They've just splashed down in there. So he is currently just under the surface of the water.
Surface. Still gonna.
Yeah, you can see him. He's kind of illuminated by Jerry that is currently stabbing down on top of him. You can just see that under the water.
Loot knife. And like my desire to see you on fire, and I'm gonna spin the orb advantage on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Oh, rough on the damage, but yeah, you definitely hit him.
This one, which is the green flame blade. Five, which
Yeah, that. But hold on, the green flame blade was the crit, so you can forget that attack roll because it was just one attack, right?
yeah, the way it works is that
Yeah.
it does the attack. If it hits, it does damage. It does the weapon damage plus the green flame blade. Then the one below is if I had chosen another target.
Yeah, but because you crit,
Oh,
because,
now I see.
because you crit, I'll say that we can take both of those damages. So you do actually, you do the 13 and the 14 there on top of the 6. So it's 33 instead of 34. But you do definitely hit.
Kill him.
Not quite, unfortunately, as uh, even the magical flames are sort of being extinguished by the water as there is a sort of struggle going on there. The water starts to bubble beneath as the two of you are just piling in on him, and he is looking nearly dead, but not quite yet. And is that going to be your turn?
Ooh. And now I know why I used fire damage. The red mask works so he will take 1d6 at the start of his turn, and then. But while he is dead, I'm like, I have no desire. Be near the fire and just misty steps.
I will say he is underwater. He wouldn't be able to get an opportunity attack on you from where he is now because he's currently under the water with Jerry on top of him. He's now got magical fire burning underneath it. Like anywhere there is air, it is immediately igniting. So yeah, you.
I'm just gonna basically be like, yep, I'm out of here. Bye bye. turn.
Okay, nice. So that is going to take us to his turn as Jerry's currently on top of him, and he just sort of tries to sit up with you on his chest out of the water as he's like trying to get the flames off of his face, and he doesn't actually have the ability right now to answer your question because of everything that's going on. But what he is going to do, yeah, he is going to take his blade and he's going to try and stab you with it, Jerry, as he's going to definitely expand another charge. Cool. That is going to be a hit. And yeah, he's using another charge, so you take 20. Oh, but you are raging, so. Okay, so you take 14 points of slashing damage there, but because he uses Bone Rip, your armor is damaged as he doesn't. You get a -1 to your AC until it can be repaired. But yeah, you don't have to roll on that table because you are wearing armor, so it's just a -1 to the AC permanently. And then, okay, he's going to action surge and he's going to swing again. Oh, wait, actually, how many attacks does he have? Oh, he's got 2 attacks to begin with. Oh, that second one's a hit as well. You take 11 there. Okay, so yeah, that's 11 points of damage to you there, and it is reduced by another 1. That is the last charge he has on that, though, and then he is going to action surge and go for 2 more attacks, but he can't reduce your AC any further. First one's going to be a miss. Second one also a miss. So even after lowering your AC, you can't get those second 2 hits in, and that's going to be the end of his turn as he just sort of splutters. Oh, we've got them all, I think. And the big lad up top, who's just covered in these beasts, is just going to start swinging wildly as he tries to swing at all the creatures around him. Oh, he actually hit. Okay. So yeah, he swings his axe around twice, hits the elk once and the death dog once, and then it is going to be the Displacer Beast, who is now you will see it just sort of launch itself off of the ship and kind of jump down to the ground as it seems to be you're not sure if it's chasing after you, Australia, or if it is fleeing the ship itself. But it is going to run down there. Just want to check. Displacer Beast speed. Yeah, cool. Okay, so it starts running down, and you can hear the Displacer Beast running behind you. But June, it is your turn. You've just seen this thing jump off the ship. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I see that thing jump off, and I just say, "All right, I'm not gonna fuck with that thing," and I'm gonna look over the edge. I'm assuming I see Jerry and the other orc still fighting.
Yeah, you see this frothing mess happening below you.
If I were to attack with Eldritch Blast, would I attack with disadvantage or anything like that, or have a chance of hitting Jerry?
No, not really at this point, because he's sort of gotten up to the point where you can see them both relatively clearly. Luckily, Jerry is a smaller target.
All right, I'll just shout, "Hey, up here!" and I'll cast Eldritch Blast and hit him with 3 blasts.
Cool.
And as I also drop the orc disguise I had on.
All right, all of those will hit.
So that would be 18, 31 points of damage.
How do you want to do this? As he just looks up at you, and, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the orc form. I'm saying, "Oh, wait, up here!" as he looks up, and then I change to June and says, "I got you!" And the Eldritch Blast just hit him all at once, pop in his head probably.
Yeah, there are just explosions in the water and blood flying everywhere. As Jerry, you're kind of blasted off the body and go splash into the water yourself. But yeah, the captain is dead.
Cool. As I hear orcs getting ripped apart above, I will take a step back and just chill for a bit and wait for the carnage up top to, stop. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, so that is going to take us on to the death slide. And this creature is still on the back of this orc, so he's going to try and bite into its head. Okay, yeah, you see this death slide put its entire mouth over the creature's head and just start biting down. You hear horrible crunching sounds as blood is pouring out, but he is still standing and just sort of waving wildly at the thing on his head. But Jerry, that is going to take us to you.
He didn't answer my question, right?
No, not quite. He sort of tried to splutter something, but it sounded like he said, "We have them all," I think. But he didn't seem to be. You're not sure if he was actually answering your question or just those were kind of his last words.
I will just call Spike down since he's no longer defending anyone. Not even.
Okay.
Well, if any other will attack, if any of them come down and attack me, I'll attack them. Just ready in action. I won't do anything else.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, it'll take us to the top of the round with Sakura.
Does she know if the things have noticed her in the barrel?
No, you get the impression that you've been popping up and down. You've been firing lots of fire out of this barrel, so you don't get the impression you're that well hidden anymore. But they all seem very much more focused on ripping that orc to shreds right now.
Okay. She is going to just swipe the button and go up in the air because she gets the feeling that once they're done with this orc, she might be next. As she's going up, she'd like to take a quick peek at what was inside the barrel that you said was like squishy under her feet.
Yeah, as you fly up, give me a perception check as you look back.
Yeah.
You can't tell what kind of meat, but it was full of some sort of old, like chunks of meat. Seems like probably something that they were using to feed these creatures with.
I get the feeling I think I know what it is, but I don't want to know. But she's going to try and talk to the elk telepathically from way up in the sky where they can't reach her, and say, I found your child. You need to go back to normal because they need you. They need you to go back. So if you could please, return to, your normal self, I'd really appreciate that, and so would they. So basically, she's trying to get through to.
Yeah, you can give me a persuasion check.
Not good at those. Phoenix. Fuck's sakes.
Okay. Yeah, you send this message through, but again, you get this sort of static, almost like there is something just wild about this creature. You're not sure if it is hearing you, and you can see the violence that they are busy with down below. You're not sure this is the same parent that you were looking for, but you try to get through to it, though it seems difficult to reach.
Does she know if there's any way to reverse this thing that's happened?
No, you don't know what has happened at all. You are now just realizing this. So we'll say that on your next turn you can try and figure that out, unless you've got a spell or something to do it.
No, probably don't. I think that'll be it. She's just trying to make sure she doesn't, die again. But she is relieved that the tentacles are out of her sight.
Yeah, you can see from up in the air, you can see that Displacer Beast sort of running in Australia's direction. But
That's her eyes. Doesn't want to see those tentacles. Tentacles, bad. No question about it. She just turns her attention to this battle here.
okay. So then the Red Princess from down below is just going to turn around, seeing this Displacer Beast running, and just ready her blade to, if it attacks her or Australia, she will attack it. But then it is going to take us to the elk, who is going to take his attack against the orc, who has 1 hit point left.
The poor orc, man.
Okay, yeah. So this, you see the elk as this slot is on the orc's head and crushing its skull. You see the elk thrust its claw into the orc's stomach and just grab a hold of all the organs that it can and just tear them out as the orc falls dead down to the ground. And you see its hand just covered in blood as it turns slowly and looks up at you in the sky, Sakura. And then it is going to cast Fly on itself. As it just starts to, you see shadows start to wreathe around it, and it starts to float up into the air towards you. But that is all it's going to be able to do on its turn, as it is now just floating towards you. The death dog is just going to keep tearing at the meat of this dead orc is just going to start devouring it. Estrella, that is going to take us to your turn.
First thing I can do is put away the knife, then find the healing, and where the called Displacer Beast casting at mask cure wounds should, if I calculated correctly, should be able to hit June, me, and Jerry, and the red demon.
Yeah, June is quite high up at the moment. So, what is the radius of that?
It's a sphere of
What, of 30?
30 feet.
Yeah, you would just be able to get June in there because she's like halfway down the ship at the moment, sort of hanging on a very strange device that you probably wouldn't recognize as being the engine, but or an air intake, but it's yeah, you on this strange rusted metal, and everyone there gets 24 hit points back, so including the Displacer Beast.
Yeah, let's just give it there to maybe try to convince it that different.
Yeah, that as you see this thing running towards you, you see it kind of take this healing, and then it seems to acknowledge that it has received that. But yeah, everyone else you can add 24.
And is there, as I recall, there's a door here? Hmm?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it and... yep. But how far in are the two tabaxis, or rather, the masks?
They are dead at the front of the door. They're just both. There's two piles of mulch with two masks lying in there.
Just gonna grab the masks and pocket them, and yeah, that's the end of the.
Okay, cool. So that is going to take us onto the Displacer Beast, who, after getting that healing, uh, as it was running towards you guys aggressively, just sort of turns and bolts down the road, is going to use its full dash and is going to run towards the forests. June, you're up.
Oh, okay. So, sensing this thing is pretty bad, can I see it floating up, or am I also, or I can't see it floating up towards Sakura?
Sorry, which thing? Oh yeah, you can see it now as it is now rising off the deck, and you can see Sakura in the air, but this thing is closing right up in towards her.
Alright, this seems like an excellent opportunity. I'll cast Hex on it. I'll target Wisdom checks, why not? And I'm going to let out a full barrage of Eldritch Blast. Because that thing is not friendly at all. 23, 17, 25.
The 17 will miss, the others hit.
Alright, it's an extra 2d6 damage. Not bad. So that would be 14, 23, 31 points of damage. Yeah. Yeah, 31.
Okay, nice. And then is that with the hex?
Yes, that's with Hex.
Okay, very nice, very nice. I will. Sorry, I'll be right back. I just hold on, 1 second.
Cool, no problem.
I leave for a second and I come back, and then suddenly the thing is like floating towards. What happened?
That thing's about to come wreck your day. This thing is bad news. Kill it. now.
What if it just wants a hug?
I highly doubt that. It just ripped out the guts of the orc. A lot of guts. You're a really bad judge of character, just saying.
How many feet in the air did he rise?
That I am not too sure of.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hmm.
I'm back. Yes, so June, you attack this thing with Eldritch Blasts, and it definitely notices you. Is that all you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, and I'll also begin climbing up this thing to get up a little bit higher. I'll try climb up to the ledge over here. Onto that little wing.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that fairly easily. And that is going to take us on to the Death Slard. As it runs up here and climbs up onto the deck of the ship and just starts looking around, and it is going to see you, June, after doing that, as this slot is going to look around and is going to, yeah, over the edge. Not sure actually. No, this one is also going to cast. Is it? Sorry. I keep forgetting these things are spellcasters, or that they have innate spellcasting. Okay, so yeah, this one is also going to cast Fly on itself as it just looks around for a place to go, but it is going to. It looks like it's about to jump off the side of the ship. Jerry, what are you going to do? You can kind of see it looking over the edge at this point.
I think still the same thing. I'm not going to attack it.
Yeah, so it's 60 feet above you at the moment.
Still readying an action. I'm not going to attack or anything.
Oh, okay. So, anything Spike wants to do?
Not really, no.
Okay, so you pass on to Sakura again.
Just gonna try again. Is this thing like catching up to her?
Yeah, it seems like it's closing in fast.
Um,
Though it does seem like June just diverted its attention a bit.
It's gonna go up a bit. Well, but before she goes up, she's going to create a minor illusion of I think it was the son that he had. It was a son, the elk child, right?
Yeah, it was a boy. Yeah.
So she makes this minor illusion of his son and says to him, "Look, he needs you. You need to snap out of it. I could kill you with one point of a finger, but he needs you. So you just come on, just stop this. Just she's also just gonna try and figure out what is going on with this dude.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check this time with advantage because of your minor illusion, but also give me an insight check after that.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. The 19. Insight.
Yeah, you are sure that there is no parent that would ever, not even a Naki would keep coming after, like, seeing this adorable child that you kind of, you know that you're hitting all the right points, and yet this creature, you, as you look into its eyes, you realize that you start to think that whatever was there before may not be there anymore. This creature does not seem sentient. It doesn't, well, I mean, it seems sentient, but it doesn't seem like
Intelligent.
it has any sort of emotion or anything. It just seems like pure chaos and evil behind those eyes.
Can she figure out what spell it is? Or what?
You don't think that this is a spell. This is some sort of a transformation or a curse or whatever these orcs did to these creatures. You don't think these are the creatures they were anymore.
Fair enough. I don't think she can do anything else that turn. But she does look very sad.
Okay.
I feel like, wait, it's 90 feet up?
Yeah, off the ground, you guys are, because the ship is 60 feet up.
Would you allow me to take an action to cast a spell? Or would you say
Yes.
minor illusion was that spell?
Yeah, minor illusion was that spell. That is a spell.
And she'll have to try and survive until next turn.
Okay, so that is going to take us on to the Red Princess, who is going to run over here to where Jerry is and start going, where's the idol? Did he have it on him? And she's going to start pulling up the body, trying to look for the little carved dragon idol he was holding. And that is going to be her turn as the elk sort of looks at you and looks at this illusion, and you can see it just turn its head down towards where June was, that just eldritch blasted, and is going to start to float its way that way as it moves away from you, Sakura. You're not entirely sure if you got through to it or if June just pissed it off more than you did, but it seems like what you were trying might have worked. As it sort of floats over in that direction, it is going to just look around, and yeah, it is going to look at you, June. I'm just double checking that this isn't a concentration thing. No. Okay, yeah, actually, it's just going to, as it sort of flies over towards you, you're going to see it open its mouth, and this ball of flame will start to form inside its mouth as it just floats in, and it is going to try and hit you with a fireball.
No, it's not.
Oh, can I counterspell that?
You can try.
And actually,
I
quickly,
definitely gonna counterspell that.
because I have Warcaster, when it moved away, could I get an attack of opportunity with a spell?
No, because you weren't within melee range of it.
Uh,
Otherwise, it would have taken attacks of opportunity against you when you moved away.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
If it casts fireball, wouldn't it cancel the fly?
No,
No,
that's what I was
fireball
checking.
is not the concentration.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was checking because I thought it might, but no, it's it is able to cast that. Oh, I can do the measured template thing as well. Or not. Asks me for an attack. Okay, but you said you're trying to counterspell.
Indeed.
So yeah, this is innate spell casting, but that rule I'm gonna have to look at again because I'm pretty sure you can actually counterspell even if it's an
Yeah,
innate thing.
it's a spell being cast. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can definitely, although it doesn't give it a level, which is the thing. So what level are you counterspelling at?
Just normal third level. But on the fireball there. It says it's third level, so I think it just stops.
Yeah, I think it uses it at its lowest level, which would mean third level. So you would automatically.
What damage is fireball? The level on it.
No, well, it's rolling a third level, so you will be able to counterspell that. As yeah, it does. It looks like it's about to fireball you, but it doesn't quite manage to do that. And then it is going to.
No, and Jin just whiffs it out of existence. Yeah.
Okay, and then it's going to use the rest of its movement. And yeah, it's going to get right up in your face, but it used its action to fireball, so that takes us onto the death dog. The death dog is just going to sort of is just actually still eating this corpse. It's not doing anything else. Estrella, what do you want to do?
Been taking word on myself. And here to help the princess pull up the orc, and yeah, that's went my.
Cool. You can give me an investigation check to try and help her. Okay, yeah, as she's busy rifling through things, you see the idol that has sort of just fallen out of his pocket and is floating just next to him, and you manage to pick it up as she has clearly missed it, but you find the small black dragon idol.
Have the black dragon idol, and that's how I.
All right. Yeah, the Displacer Beast has run off into the forest. So that one is gone. And June, that takes us to you. This elk is right up in your face.
Yeah, seeing this thing coming, Gina's gonna do the one thing she knows very well, and that is turn invisible. She
Okay.
is not. She is not fucking with this thing, and she goes and disappears, and she will actually go right about go around the thing and go there. And I'll also quick thinking, gonna look in that chest over there where the orc was looking for the idol and see if I can find it.
You open the chest, but there is nothing in it. He had kept it with him after he picked it up. The strays just found it.
All right, cool. Yeah, that'll be my turn then.
You do notice that there are some other little trinkets in this chest, though. You can see that there is a machete in there that seems to be made from a jawbone.
Yeah, I'll yoink it. Why not? It looks cool. And I'll just like put it on my belt. And I'm still invisible, but yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Is Forge down for anyone else?
Sorry.
Is Forge down for anything for anyone else? Because for me, it just like crashed, and it's saying that can't be reached. But my internet is fine. I can open other websites and stuff.
Working fine on my end.
Majorly sus.
I just tried. Yeah, works fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. Hopefully it comes right. But yeah, so June, that's the end of your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Death Slide is going to now. It is also flying and is going to launch itself off the roof and just go flying over all of your heads. Okay, and Jerry, you're up.
Yeah, seeing the giant elk trying to attack June, I'll get on Spike and start flying to it.
Yeah, you'll easily be able to do that.
If Spike dashes and teleports, I should have exactly enough to reach it.
Yeah, if Spike dashes, you can get there.
So I'll do that. I'll rage again because it stopped working since I didn't attack or get damaged. And I'll keep swinging. Yeah, I forgot to target it.
A 23 will hit though.
23 damage. And the second one. 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
20 damage. And yeah, Spike will try to claw it a bit.
Okay, yeah, it's looking pretty badly damaged now. Nice, another 10 slashing.
And 7 more.
Okay, nice.
That's a turn.
All right, so you fly up there and just start unleashing hell on this creature. It seems to be just now turning its attention to you as June has turned invisible. But that is going to take us to the top of the round with Sakura.
I think she'll plead with it one more time, just verbally. And hope it responds.
Okay, you can give me another persuasion check.
It's not going to show up, or it'll show up in what's it called? D&D Beyond. That's a 9.
Yeah, you definitely get the impression by this point that this talking this thing down is not an option. It seems too far gone. Whatever's been done to it is its mind is lost.
In that case, she will be casting Disintegrate. She wants to put it out of its misery.
All right. Yeah, you can do that. What save does it need to make again?
Dex. Oh, there we go! Yay! Foundry came back for me.
Got a 13, so it is going to fail that deck save.
Let me just. It's gonna let me in like a second. But it's finally saying I don't need to like reload it anymore. Yeah, as much she's kind of crying while she does this, but she understands that, you know, it would be more painful for his kid to see him like this, like not recognizing him and everything, than yeah.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Come on, Foundry. Oh, looks like we're rolling D&D Beyond. Foundry's taking a while. 74.
All right, and as you point out towards this creature and blast this green beam of energy, you see it hit it, and you see the shadows that are sort of wreathing over it, that have been sort of healing the body back together, just get blasted apart as you blast this shadow off of it, revealing the white fur underneath as the creature is slowly disintegrated. You see it screeching out in pain as it's just this blood curdling scream that it lets out. But just before it fades away completely, you hear it stop screaming as its body is completely faded, and you just see its face now turning to dust as it looks up at you, and you see a sort of life in its eyes again as it looks back at you, Sakura, and it reaches its hand out and just mouths the word thank you as it just dissipates into dust completely. And the elk slot is dead.
Okay, now that I'm loaded in, can I just roll my 10d6 for the like pure enjoyment of rolling 10d6, so I didn't get to see the dice.
God, activate the digital dice on D&D Beyond. What are you doing?
Wait, huh? You can do
How have you
Hey,
been missing that this whole time? They've got such cool digital dice as well.
Didn't know about the digital dice, Kate?
No, then let me go see.
Missing out.
Oh man, like, oh, you should see
Oh,
my
well.
digital collection.
They would have looked better on D&D Beyond anyway. You got a higher roll. That wouldn't have been enough. But yeah, you managed to kill the elk slod, which I think, is that going to be your turn?
Yes.
Okay, then that is going to take us on. Well, yeah, there's. She's just going to actually turn to you, Astray, and sort of grab the idol out of your hand and say, "Yes, finally, finally, we have it. Uh, quickly, tell her to come here. Have you got the masks?" And she's just going to start frantically talking to you, as up above the death dog is still busy just munching on this orc. But Astrea, what are you doing?
Well, oh, well, I guess I'm casting ascending to and says, telling her to come here. Basically,
I think it's 25 words.
yeah, 25 words. We have the idols. We are at lake with a huge airship. You can't miss it. Please don't bring the kid. You don't know if any of us is here. I think that's pretty much in the limit.
Okay, yeah, she will respond. All right, I'll send the kids with the mouse folk. I'll see you soon. And but wait, a lake? I thought you went to the ocean. And she just sort of you feel her roll her eyes and then being like, "Nah, okay, I'll be there soon." And you get the impression that she understands where you meant. But yes, you are looking out at the ocean, not at a lake, big lake. And yeah, Z gets that message. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Oh, seeing the elk rubbing to my hand, rub into.
All right, yeah, that's fair. Red Princess will just sort of look down and go. Just she seems more interested in this little carved idol at the moment. But I think that takes us on to June.
Yeah, Jin is gonna hop off and featherfall down. Is there any bad things that we need to fight besides the dogs over here?
There's that one death dog, but that seems to just be eating one of the corpses. Other than that, the other Death Slot has just jumped off the ship and seems to be flying away. You can still see it from where you are. It seems to be floating out towards the forest and in towards Kiga.
Not my problem. I'm gonna just featherfall down to the ground.
Okay. Are you staying invisible?
Indeed.
Okay. Cool. Then is that going to be your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
All right. Yeah. The slud is going to keep heading out of there. He's going to use a dash and yeah, he's just flying all the way out. So, Jerry, anything else you want to do? As there is only one, there's the death dog still on board, but everything else seems to have run away.
I fly onto the ship. And do I see like any entrance? Like to go inside of it? Like there should be a control room or maybe cargo below it.
Yeah, you can see a door heading into the ship, but it seems like everything that was alive on the ship is up here on the deck.
Yeah, I still go back and check, look for any small folk.
Okay, yeah, you can give me an investigation check to start searching the ship, as that is basically going to bring us out of combat. Everyone is going to get 6,500 XP. Uh, that is going to bring us out of combat, as you don't find any trace of any mouse folk, any small folk in here, in fact, other than the elk. That seems like the only one of these creatures that actually came from Kiga. The rest of them all seem like they are monstrous races to begin with, like Displacer Beasts and Death Dogs. But it seems what you do also find, when you head inside, you find a couple of bottles of what is it called? It is that you found some before this potion
Beast
that you
serum?
yes,
Okay.
you find 2 more bottles of that.
Alright.
But yeah, that brings us out of combat, as the Death Slide makes his escape, and the Death Dog seems perfectly happy to be eating that orc. What's everybody doing?
Sakura would like to start investigating all the boxes and barrels and trying to find any leads on where the rest of the small folk are, while she just calms herself and distances herself from her emotions. She'll deal with them later.
Oh, whoops.
Now's not the time for emotions.
Yeah, you can roll an investigation as well.
Nice. So she just decides, I'm not going to feel right now. Could be better.
You don't find anything useful in any of the crates. It all just seems like rations, different kinds of bait, things like that, probably food for whatever these beasts were. However, in the treasure chest over here, you will find a a couple of bottles of potions, but they are called bone marrow bouillon. So I will add one of those to your character sheet, and you can have a look at it.
Yeah, uh, what was the weapon I picked up?
The jawbone machete. I added that to your sheet as well. Should be able
Okay,
to
cool.
see. On Foundry, I'm talking. Is yeah. Anything you guys want to do about the death dog while it's still busy chewing on these corpses, or about these? It seems pretty occupied, but just reminding you that it is there. But yeah, what is happening with the people down below?
That's something interesting. For sure. Just not really sure she wants anyone to get their hands on it, including herself.
So, but downstairs, Estrella, are you busy talking to the Red Princess, or?
Basically, like after that, it's like just the back of the hand is like trying to run up, and is like, so what is the other idol like? Mission.
Well, I believe that there are 5 idols, and if we can acquire them all, we should be able to unlock them. There is a mechanism under my family's estate in Taton. I'm hoping that I will finally be able to open it, because these have all been stolen so long ago that I thought we were going to have to get new ones made. But well done, everyone. And I don't know where your other friends went, but what do you think, Estrella? Do you think we should bring them into the fold, or is this... I don't know. Do you trust these people? They seem capable fighters.
Well, I sort of don't want to onto these masks, so can't can't be bad too. What did you call it? A little extra firepower or manpower to, yeah, help in case some may not our acquaintance.
Yes, well, if these captains of these flying ships are carrying these idols, then I think having a few people that actually have experience with airships might come in handy. But they've proven themselves well enough. I think I would be happy to bring them in. Where are those masks?
Well, I will have like the mage hand fish of the back.
Right, well,
gather your friends, or perhaps we should go and join them up on deck of the ship. When Z arrives, we can officially start the procedure.
Can can Sakura make an Arcana check to see if, like, hypothetically, if you combined a number of this specific sort of potion, if you can call it that, and make it into an extra potent sort of version of it, whether those effects would be permanent. Basically, she's trying to figure out if they somehow manipulated the serum into something that could permanently turn people into basically what the elk became. That's her theory on it.
So you mean turning it into dust?
No, something else.
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check to try and see, but that is the impression you're getting, is that
Yeah.
you get the impression that whatever it was probably something similar. You're not sure if it was this exact concoction or if this is just one of the, it's like a bottled version of whatever they did to that creature. But yeah, you do start to draw some parallels. It would take some serious alchemical knowledge to actually understand how they did that, but you get the impression that whatever is in this potion is what turned that thing. However, you will also know that what you just saw there is something you may have heard described as being the taint of the Shadowlands. That there is a sort of corruption that many of the Crab Clan have said that they've encountered, and that sounds very similar to what you've heard about.
Well, how much of this stuff is there in this chest?
You just find the one bottle of it in that chest.
Okay. She pockets it and tells no one about it. And she will do further investigations on it at a later point.
Okay, yeah. So, and then, yeah, Jerry, you found 2 of the cursed beast serum. But is everyone else going to make their way back onto the ship, or are we regrouping down at the bottom?
I think up on the ship.
Or would then be, she'd still be searching for clues about where the other ones could be. She'd be doing a full-on investigation of the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was how you found that one, was during that investigation. But if you want to go inside the ship, you can roll me another one as you sort of head below decks to where Jerry was looking at it.
Nice. 36 will do, I hope.
Yeah, you find all sorts of alchemical equipment inside this ship as well. You don't find any more bottles of that potion, but you do find the means to make these kinds of potions. There's all sorts of flasks and beakers and Bunsen burners and like strange things that are kind of surprising to find this much scientific equipment, but a lot of them look like they like carved from bone and things. This is like a tribal science lab that you've stumbled into.
Phoenix, stop it. Okay. She'll sort of mutter to herself. Maybe I should take this stuff back to that. Didn't Haru say that Atsu was talking to some alchemist girl? What is her name? Alice? Alicia? Maybe she'll know what's going on here.
Isn't she dead?
Nope.
at this point, you hear a voice coming from down below. As it's been some time where everyone's investigating and whatnot, but um, if you look over the edge, you'll see Z walking up the path towards you. And when she sees the Red Princess, she'll quickly grab her mask and put it on, and then just arrive at the bottom of the ship and bow and say, "Hi, can I get up there? What?" She's just looking confused at this massive ship.
And I'm looking down and saying, yes, we found the princess. Person in another castle. We got another castle.
Well, I wouldn't quite call this a castle.
Merely a point of perspective.
She's
I have
super.
since we still have the death dog, I have a cool idea. Personal speech will, and regardless if it's, I'm saying, hey boy, what do you say to coming with us? You can meet more of these. Don't really.
You can give me an animal handling check. Yeah, you see this one of the heads just turn it and look at you and growl as it just this thing doesn't seem friendly at all. One of the heads is still tearing pieces of flesh off of the orc, but it just sort of growls at you.
Can't win them all. Oh well.
Yeah, Juna's gonna drop invisibility. No, now, trusting that there's nothing bound that gonna try to kill us yet, or at the moment anyway.
Yeah, you feel like other than that death dog, you've probably everything on this ship is either fled or you've killed it. Z will say as she gets up, she's like, well, Sakura's not wrong. This is kind of a downgrade, but what is this, our new ride?
Well, until we catch up to June's girlfriend. Well, talk her into. Yeah, talk us back to the castle. Maybe we have to be a little bit close. Maybe he's being threatened by someone on the ship. Could be. Sounded a little bit message.
Either way, beats walking. Just have to figure out how to use it.
It can't be that hard if orcs manage to use it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Jerry, seeing as you were looking around for the control panels and things, you can give me another investigation check to, or an arcana, either or, but this will be an, or survival actually, if you've got it. Any three of those to see if you can figure out how to operate this thing. You guys have been on a few airships by this point. With a nat
I can.
20. Hell yes, yeah, it's pretty simple, mainly because there's like diagrams of orc people that like with big arrows pointing to the order of things that one should use. It's like really an idiot's guide to using this ship, drawn all over the control panel, and you are absolutely able to take control of this vessel.
Where are we heading? Back to Toto, the bathhouse.
I'm assuming we're gonna continue with our trials, right?
Well, are you taking off with this?
No, I'm just asking right now if we're going anywhere.
Ah.
I will take off if we decide. So
Yes, let's get out of here before anyone else comes to figure things out, the Red Princess will say.
What?
Map is weird for some reason.
Oh, that's the ship. I was wondering where it was.
Yeah,
Oh.
the ship is on the side of the map, and this time the skies are only a bit off the map.
Okay, mine hasn't even loaded, so hold on.
Wait a second. We have do we have radars on this thing? Else maybe we're gonna end up like a collision in the air. We all know what happens when two airplanes collide.
Okay, well, of course, Foundry's giving up on us now, but
It is right at the end of the session, so better
yeah,
now than in the beginning.
I know. I've got like 6 different possible maps that I thought we might get to tonight, but of course, anyway, is is this map messed up for you as well?
Yeah.
Okay, well, while I'm trying to fix the map, so you guys can carry on, as that might have fixed it. Yep.
It did for a second, then it teleported to the right
Yeah,
again.
I saw that happen on mine as well.
I mean, it's like slightly closer to being in the right spaces.
Oh, this one works.
Okay, we'll stay on this one for now. Okay, so you should be able to see the little orcish slave
Icon.
vessel down there. That's where you guys are. But the red princess will say, well, I mean, I was planning on heading to Taton in the morning. Perhaps you could accompany me. I'm sure we would pass by the next rings on the way. And she just is busy sort of settling into the ship.
So have we earned your trust yet? Because we did just kill a whole lot of orcs for you, and some weird shadowy thing.
Oh, is that what you wanted? To earn my trust?
Well, not really your trust. I just want to know who you are. I'm curious about people with masks.
Oh, you and me both, sweetie. But she will sort of lift her hand up and remove the mask from her face to reveal, which I feel like I've already revealed at this point, but the face of Lady Sumihime, and she'll say, "I believe we've already met."
Mm, do I know you?
Yeah, you definitely would recognize her as you've definitely seen her sitting behind Daichi every time you've gone in there.
Yeah, I know, but June is just pulling the piss right now.
She'll look a bit disheartened and go, "Of course, seriously, it's not that different, is it?" And she just sort of flicks her hair and just try and prove herself.
Hmm. Did you work at a bar? No, no, no. Don't get. Wait, you were one of the serving ladies at the cafeteria, right?
Sakura sighs, just this big fucking sigh. Like, June, I know you love to flirt with people, but I mean, this is just abysmal. What is this attempt?
She
I'm just trying to
turns,
make a joke. All right, leave me alone.
she says to Z and Australia, she goes, "I thought you said she was smarter after the whole thing in space."
Oh, don't worry. I know who you are, milady. And Jin will do a overly dramatic bow.
Sends you a big eye roll.
Actually, what form are you taking at this point? Have you interacted with Lady Sumihime in because she's seen your samurai form, but
Right now I would be in normal samurai form.
okay, so the same because I don't think she's actually interacted with you outside of the throne room, has she?
I don't think so. I highly doubt it anyway.
Yeah.
Now she
So,
knows.
so actually, no. She just knows that she knows June as that samurai version. She doesn't even make the remark about the masks because she doesn't put two and two together. But
Wait, so she doesn't also put together that June kind of became an orc in front of her?
no, I mean she gets that. But
Oh,
everyone's
I
she
mean,
doesn't. She recognizes June. She knows who June is, but she just doesn't know June's the form that she usually travels with you guys in.
that makes sense.
So she's revealed herself, but she thinks that she's this is like a big reveal to you, not knowing that you could hit her right back. Yes, I'm sorry for the deception, but of course my father cannot know that I'm running around out here, and neither can Daichi. So I've spoken with Estrella, and I was thinking you two may make interesting additions to our little group here. What would you say to working for the Dragon Queen? And she will gesture if who's holding the masks at this point actually, is it Estrella or her?
It would be her.
Yeah, then she will just offer out the two masks to each of you.
hmm. What exactly is this thing? It's like a secret society where people meet up and talk rebellion.
Somewhat. I'm not sure if rebellion is quite the word I'd like to use just yet, but yes. This year at the Iranian Games, I intend to make a move against my father and against Daichi. Daichi thinks he's the one that's going to be making the move, but I think we'll take him by surprise, won't we? And she gives a smile to Estrella and Zive. And when all is said and done, I will be the new shogun, and those who have helped me will be, well, you will be rewarded kindly.
Mm,
I'm in. And she takes a mask.
She'll nod, and you can add a legendary red dragon mask to your character sheet. Um, and she'll gesture the other one out to Sakura and say, "You have been through a lot, girl, but to see that you are still here and still trying things out, I am impressed. What do you say?"
she's trying. She's thinking at the moment. I'll have to let you know on that one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do not support Daichi in any way. Uh, what about you makes it appealing to support you?
She'll pause for a moment to see uh, if anyone else speaks up for her, but Z is still quite taken aback by the ship that they're standing on and is quite surprised at the situation that's unfolding here.
Yeah, and I'm not there flying it. I don't think the controls are on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't much of a cabin. You can probably overhear this conversation happening just outside, but
Then I
yeah,
ignore
you're
her.
just inside of the captain's hall.
Well, princess.
I was not
Fame.
asking you, Estrella. I was asking her.
How rude, she will say. You're right. Perhaps you won't make a good fit. And she takes the mask back and just shakes her head. It is harder to convince the locals of Toto, I must admit. And she just shoots you this glare.
Look, I want to know why I should support you, but I don't want to hear it from someone else. If you can't speak for yourself, you can't tell me yourself why
Only
I
if
should be supporting you, then are you really worth supporting?
only a fool would listen to a person talk about themselves over someone that is about to indulge you in the question, someone that you actually trust. I thought you've been traveling with Estrella for some time now. Why would you take my word over hers? I figured that my subordinates could do the talking to try and convince you for me, but I see that you have got too much of your own ego, so that is all right. I can find others elsewhere.
And she'll probably join anyway. She already hates Daichi a lot, like a lot. Like she has a huge hate burner for him.
It's just sort of they'll like in anime where you see the like people glaring at each other, but there's actually a physical line of energy between them. It's just she's like glaring at you, Sakura, just staring you down.
And she can try. I'm not great at intimidation, but I have advantage. What? Oh, it rolled twice at advantage?
That's a 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, uh, I don't even know what map is on where. Is everyone's map actually showing up?
Yes.
Better, it's good
The
enough.
the flying ship is off the edge of the map, but it's
Oh
there.
no, for me, the flying ship is on the map.
It is on the map. The skies are off the map, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. The ship's on the map, that's all that matters.
Yeah, she's definitely you get the impression that she has been wanting this for a long time and doesn't seem like she gives two shits about someone having a problem with the way she does things.
Enough.
But yeah, I think she will she will offer she'll sort of look around at the rest and she'll say, all right, I'll give you one chance. Perhaps I could help you with getting your rings or getting back your little floating castle or whatever, and then we'll both have proven ourselves. But if you don't wish to join me, then I'm not trying to force you.
That's a fair deal. Help me get my flying castle back. Don't tell anyone about it. And I'll join you.
All right. And remember, tell anyone in Toto about my true identity, and you will not wake up the next morning. I have eyes and ears everywhere. Don't test me. And she just keeps like maintaining this glare with you, Sakura. She doesn't seem to trust you much.
She nods. I mean,
Ooh,
she
blackmail! I love blackmail. It's a very
she's not.
useful thing to have. Very useful thing to have.
I mean, she's not terrible at keeping secrets. She's pretty good at it. So she'll nod and say, I mean, same goes for you in my castle. Wouldn't want Daichi taking it now, would we?
Says the girl covered in tattoos. I would suggest that none of you idiots get any more of those. You may not have thought it through, but Daichi is careful. Let me put it that way. And she'll just sort of smirk as she heads off to the side of the ship and looks overboard. So then, where are we headed?
The,
I was thinking to Toto sleep and I can fix my armor and then go for the rings. Toto is pretty close to the next one.
Hmm. If we could make a show of me leaving with you, I think that would serve us well. Well, hopefully serve us better than it did last time. And she just looks at Estrella. But if I were to arrive in Taton with the same people I left with, at least one of them, then perhaps my father will not be so suspicious as to where I've been. I know that you are looking for your rings. The air ring should be on the way there. Is that something you're interested in acquiring?
We are.
Well,
Taco
settle
seems
this.
obvious that is something that they want, so she's just gonna keep quiet and assume it's a rhetorical question.
Yes, that which it was. And she is just sort of now staring out over the landscape as Jerry starts piloting you guys back towards Toto, and Z sort of goes up to you, Sakura, and just tries to make sure that you're doing okay. But I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session as you all fly up into the clouds.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for the session. I enjoyed it.